Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham, Oklahoma State.
Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about a new signing that the Pistons made officially yesterday. We added Cheick Diallo to a 10-day contract to the Pistons main roster. With Cade Cunningham going down, we needed to add someone, and we decided to look in the G League, and we picked up Diallo. Now, before we get into all of that, before we get into the basketball talk, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal will be 110 likes, and subscribe to the channel as always. I'm trying to hit 4.2K subscribers by the end of this year, so please make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get into the basketball talk. All right, so look, when it comes to the center talk, okay, I told you guys with Isaiah Stewart being the only guy out there, once Kelly Olynyk went down and I saw Trey Lyles being our backup center, I told you guys I would literally take anyone who could play the center position because we badly needed help, okay? We needed anyone we could possibly get. We were getting killed on the boards when it comes to rebounding, and then defensively the lane was wide open to where point guards could drive inside and do anything that they wanted. We needed a big man badly, okay? So I said I would take anybody. And we added Cheick Diallo. He is not the greatest, but heck, he is definitely a better option than having Trey Lyles be our center. But now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information about him so you guys can know about Cheick. So Cheick Diallo, he's a power forward slash center type of hybrid. On the Pistons main roster, he will most likely be playing the center position, but he is a hybrid between a power forward and a center. He's currently 25 years old, and he went to Kansas in college. He's 6'8", 220 pounds, and so far in the NBA during his entire career, he's averaged 5 points and 4 rebounds. But this year on the Pistons G League roster, the Motor City Cruise, he's been averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds. And if I were to give this guy a little bit of a player comparison, honestly, I would look to our Pistons team already, and I would say that he's basically another version of Isaiah Stewart, okay? He's like a lesser version, but in the similar category of someone like Isaiah Stewart. And what I mean by that is they're both undersized bigs, both around 6'8", 6'9", but they play very, very similar styles. And, you know, talking about the style of Cheick Diallo, the one thing that I will say that's different than Isaiah Stewart is that he's much more athletic than Stewart is. You know, Stewart, as much as I love him, he's not really the type of guy who has a lot of bounce. He can't really jump that high in the air. And I'm not trying to slight him or kill him or anything, but that's not something that he really has. But Cheick Diallo, when it comes to athleticism, he could jump higher than Isaiah Stewart and then in terms of mobility, he's faster than Stewart is as well. So that's the first thing that I will say about Cheick that you can expect on this Pistons team, is that he is going to be more athletic than Isaiah Stewart or Trey Lyles is. The next thing I'm going to say is that he's a very, very strong player, man. Down there in the G League, granted those players are in the G League for a reason, but you know, going up against those guys, I've seen him muscle past a lot of his defenders, and then in the post he's held himself strong against other guys as well. So, you know, talking about the strength, the muscle that Cheick Diallo has, that is a major part to his game. He's a very, very strong player, a very, very physical player who likes to get down there in the post and battle with other bigs. The next thing that I want to say is play style. He's basically the same as Isaiah Stewart. He just likes to score the ball inside. He likes to get the ball in the block, back down his defender, and put up a hook shot. That's basically what he likes to do most of the time. Now, there are some occasions where he'll get the ball on the perimeter and he'll actually drive inside and, you know, make a layup over a defender. So he does have that ability to his game, but for the most part, he will be operating inside. He will not be shooting any threes at all, okay? And that's something that Isaiah Stewart does actually that he doesn't do. He doesn't attempt any three-pointers. He's mainly the type of guy who will score the ball inside. The next thing that I want to talk about is that I feel like him and Killian Hayes will have success together in the pick and roll, because what he is that we haven't had in a pretty long time on the Pistons team is that he's a lob threat, okay? He's the type of guy in the pick and roll scenario, Killian Hayes can throw it up there and he can slam it down. When I talked about earlier with that athleticism, that is something that really does help him in these pick and roll situations. And that's something that I can't wait to see. I wish we could have had Cade Cunningham, because the combination between Cade, Killian, and Diallo, that would have been really fun to see, but we don't have that right now, which is fine. It's the next man up type of mentality. This is a huge opportunity for Diallo to prove himself, so I'm looking forward to see what he can do with Killian Hayes in that pick and roll. So that's basically everything, Pistons fans. As I just said, man, you know, Cade Cunningham being out, Kelly Olynyk out, Jeremy Grant being out, this is going to be a huge opportunity for Diallo to prove himself. So I'm really looking forward to it, man. I said I would take anybody to play the center position, and someone like Diallo is definitely the type of guy who I would give a chance to. So he's basically another Isaiah Stewart. except he's not as good as Stewart is, obviously, but he is slightly more athletic, and he is someone who could be a lob threat for us. So that's basically everything, man. I will see you guys in my next video. So please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 4K, and I'm out.